All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, Island Uncharted. It is a late December day, a little bit of snow on the ground, a little chilly. I hope you guys all had an awesome holiday season, spending with family, friends, and loved ones. I'm in the land of the ravens, apparently. Not sure you can see up here, there's about, oh man, there's gotta be like 50 ravens. It's like a part of somebody's drive shaft. So I'm pretty sure I ate way too much turkey, had way too much junk food, too much rum and eggnog. Definitely time to go for a hike, try to burn off the Christmas excess. On today's adventure, I have a special one for you guys. We're actually headed up to the top of Mount Hankin, formerly known as Copper Mountain. Oh wow, that's good. Being a bear poop. All right, so I'm gonna hike to the top of Mount Hankin, formerly known as Copper Mountain. The area has a very extensive history of mining. There's also an old prospecting cabin at the very top. So I actually brought my metal detector today, which is super cool. I'm excited. Once I get to the cabin, do some poking around in there and see if we can find any pieces of the past. All right, so I'm headed up to the cabin here. I'm trying to take a road I've never taken before. Finding all kinds of industrial stuff. It's a fire hydrant in the forest. What's going on here? So yeah, if you're like a dog or whatever, you could definitely piss on that. Oh, I just had the heck scared out of me. It's actually snowed the last few days here, and the snow keeps falling from the trees. I keep thinking I'm hearing things in the forest. Good start to the day. It's still young though. We'll be all right. Gonna have to have a look at the old map here. So just walking up the hill here, there's deer tracks all over. A little guy right here, and then right here we got a bear. And that's clear as day. He's headed the same way I am apparently. We'll hang out, have a sandwich together.
If you're not from around here, you might not know these trees. They're arbutus, twisted copper skinned and clinging to the rocky coast. Tough, beautiful, and totally unique to the Pacific Northwest.
Just trying to catch my breath here. Uphill the entire way. The higher I get, the more snow there is, obviously. It's absolutely peaceful here. It's a cool spot. Quiet. It's so quiet. The only thing I can hear is my heart beating. It's just an absolute eerie silence here. Except for the ravens. Just absolute silence. Someone's hat here. It's a little blockage of the trail here. Oh wow. Whoa. Hey, bear. I just heard a super loud crash. That definitely was not snow. Hey, bear. Hey, bear.
When I'm on the trail solo, I like to make a fair bit of noise, just in case there's a bear. I wouldn't want to startle one.
Snow's playing tricks on my mind. That was not snow. That was something in the forest. All right, so I've reached a checkpoint here in the journey. More bear tracks. Definitely the road less traveled. Definitely growing in a bit since I was last here. Sort of has that Blair Witch vibe going out here. Oh, jeez. Not in Kansas anymore. All right, well, it's a good thing I checked the map. I was on the wrong old road. Luckily, I figured it out pretty quick, so not too far out of the way. I've gotten to the base of the final ascent here. It's a little bit of a grind up the hill. Just trying to catch my breath here. It's a little steep, probably a little slippery, but we've come this far, so sure as heck ain't turning around now. It's actually a lot steeper than it looks. Getting a little steep. Ugh. Oh, jeez. That's the way I'm going. Oh, wow. Oh, absolutely beautiful up here. Summit of Mount Hankin at the lookout. Whew. Oh, we have a friend here in the tree. What's that, buddy? Well, we're definitely off the beaten path now. There's absolutely no tracks in the snow whatsoever, aside from the animals. We're almost at the cabin here. A little slippery, a little treacherous. Home stretch. All right, so I've gotten to the top here. You can actually see the cabin, at least what's left of it. It's definitely seen better days. Yeah, there's no tracks, except for mine. One last little push. You can actually see the top of the cabin right there, the old timbers. This would have been a very, very secluded lifestyle atop this mountain living here. He actually would have had a creek right here, which is always nice having a water source close by. So I'm just trying to catch my breath. So it looks like it would have been roughly a, I don't know, it's hard to tell, 12 by 10-ish. Looking at the wood here, I mean, this is old. Very common log cabin building technique. Super easy. Well, not easy, but one of the easier methods. I could totally live in a place like this. Atop the mountain here with the ravens as my friends. Now, of course, now they stop. That was definitely worth the hike. It's gonna take a quick break here. Figure out how to film this. Wow. So my plan was actually to bring a pinpoint metal detector to see if I can find any old relics within the cabin. But before we do that, I want to tell you guys the story of Carol Campbell. All right, so I guess the first question we need to address is, who in the heck is Carol Campbell? Well, Carol Campbell was a local prospector that called the top of Mount Hankin here home. This mountain was actually called Copper Mountain in the past. And yes, there's definitely copper deposits here around the valley, and that is why Mr. Campbell was here. He obviously spent a considerable amount of time here based on the fact that he built this cabin. I mean, you don't build a cabin to stay for a day or two. So he was obviously pretty active in these surrounding hills, prospecting for minerals, copper, gold. The only information that I have is from the plaque that his family has left here at the site. I went on Google before this trip trying to figure out anything. There's very, very few records, not a whole lot of information. So if you actually look back to Carol Campbell's journal, he has an entry from October of 1945 where he was actually working at the Polly's Point Lighthouse. And he actually makes a point to say that he made $45 a month in wages. So we know how far we're going back here. So between 1945 and 1955, the story goes dark. There's no entries, there's no information whatsoever. But we do know that in 1955, he started building this cabin that we're looking at here. So basically what he had to do was connect the Port Alberni roads, the logging roads, up to his cabin to bring the supplies, including lumber, fasteners, fixtures, wood stove, all that sort of stuff. I mean, this guy was a badass. I mean, he's building roads, he's building a cabin on the mountain, living in the hills and prospecting. I mean, that's pretty cool. So, I mean, picture this guy building a road, packing supplies in and out, all day long, up the mountain. I mean, it's unthinkable in this day and age. So then once again, the journal sort of goes dark. The next entry that we're aware of was from July 1959. That's a cool crow hole, eh? So 1959 of July, you can see him right in the diary. He basically complains about ailments. So he's obviously not doing so good at this particular point in his life. It's got to be a hard life living up here atop the mountain. I've tried to pretend like I know what I'm talking about. This story is all but new to me. And I found a very particularly interesting part in the journal that I have to read. I'm going to read it off my phone because I don't want to mess it up. So here goes. If the Lord is willing, I may stay at my cabin on the mountain. After my body is buried, I being a spirit. To avoid accidents, and of course to do the right things for the prospectors and the community. Don't ever be afraid of my spirit being there, for I will never cause anyone any harm. Wow. I actually feel very at peace here. I mean, it's an absolutely beautiful spot atop the mountain. Trees, cabin, snow, and all these ravens. And I can't help but think perhaps his spirit is in one of these ravens. As crazy as that sounds, I don't know. I definitely feel a presence here. It's not bad. It's not malevolent. It is just something that I can feel. Then once again, the story goes dark. All we really know is that he died in a fire at Camp 1 in 1967. It's probably a good time to bring up the fact of always respecting these types of historical sites. So that being said, if you visit places like this, please be respectful. This is someone's story. This is someone's family. So just keep that in mind. If you're seeing this, I really hope that I've done it justice and you enjoy it. And just bring the story to life so people don't forget. So my GoPro battery died. It said it was at 29%. Will not work, perhaps because of the cold. The temperature has definitely dropped. My hands are like cold. I want to go have a little bit of a peek around inside the cabin, if that's possible, without doing any damage, of course. Look, you can see the old bed frame or whatever it is. Wild. Look at that.
So I was able to find a way to tactically hop into the cabin without damaging any of the existing timbers.
All right, so I brought my metal detector. Have a little poke around in here, see if I can find anything. It gets cold. I mean, the temperature just dropped significantly. Make sure she's working here. All right, there we go.
Nail after nail, beep after beep.
Oh yeah, there's metal everywhere in here. All over.
The old cabin was just littered with fasteners. And she wasn't about to give up her secrets without a fight.
Thanks, Charles, for letting me use your metal detector. If I was going to stash something, where would it be? Probably in the corner here. Just getting all these nails from all... Oh, look at this big piece of metal here. What's this? Not exactly sure. Oh, God, it's cold. My hands are freezing. It hits everywhere here.
So at this point, after unearthing what had to feel like the 100th nail, my luck was about to change.
Whoa, that's a good beep. What? Holy. What?
And there, just an inch under the dirt, was an old Swiss Army knife. I'm not exactly sure how old. Definitely rusty. Definitely has some patina. Could be from the era.
Look at you guys. I mean, that is cool. Hands are freezing. Found a treasure. Super awesome. Super stoked. I mean, I don't metal detect. I don't even know what the odds of that are. Can't wait to get home and do some research. See what I found here. But it definitely fits the period. I wonder if it actually belonged to Carol himself. That's just wild. It's getting late in the day. Sun's sinking down, fog's coming out. Temperature's dropped at least 5 degrees. It's time to get off this mountain.
Thank you guys for sticking around until the end of the video. If you like this type of content, make sure to check out my channel on YouTube, Island Uncharted. I have tons of videos all over Vancouver Island with stuff just like this. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below in the comments. If you like the channel, consider subscribing. And we'll see you guys on the next one.